And there we're live.
Hey, we're live. I'm Steven. I am your top dog today because we are playing Hot Dog Princess. Think Miss Congeniality meets Sausage Party. These are our princesses here. Let's quickly go through, say who you are and what princess you will be playing. And when you do that, we will be determining what archetype you'll be playing as well. So we will be starting with Dan.
Oh no, this is a bad sign for everyone. I am Dan, and I'm playing Princess Wieneretta. And according to the dice, I'll be the Chillidog, so I gotta be careful about Sonic.
Chillidogs have beef, so anytime you try to fight, you get to roll an extra d10.
Nice.
And that brings us to Chuck.
Oh, that's me. I'm Chuck. Hi. I am playing Princess Unicorn Knackwurst. And let me roll for my archetype right now. Bratwurst.
Bratwurst. There's no denying you're a brat. You're a bratwurst. Roll your archetype anytime you try to defy an authority figure. That one's good for you, Chuck.
Okay, I like that.
All right, Maitreyi.
I am playing Princess Pepperette. And because synthetic meat is the same as the hot dog. And my archetype is number 7, which is a pig in a blanket. Are you a pig? Oh, Steven, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Are you a pig or a dog? No one knows. Roll your archetype anytime you try to use a disguise.
All right, we've got a master of disguise.
Yes.
Am I hot doggy enough for the hot dog club? Adam.
Yes.
Who are you playing, and what will your archetype be?
I'm playing Princess Ursula Wienerbecker, and her archetype is nope. That was a 3. That was a Chillidog. So 7, pig in a blanket.
But rolling numbers
10.
that have already been rolled.
No one else rolled duplicates, Adam. Come on.
10. A Wiener dog.
You are a wiener dog in a hot dog costume. Add +1 anytime you roll your dog stat. Which is a good intro for a quick explanation of the game. You guys have 2 stats. You have hot and you have dog. Using your hot stat ability, that's when you charm your way through a situation. Using your dog ability, you can joke your way through a situation. Anytime you roll with your hot, dog, or archetype, you roll a second d10 and use the higher number. If you roll the same number on a second die, you yell hot dog and roll a third d10. So doubles are hot dogs, you get to roll a third d10 on doubles. If the combined total is greater than or equal to 16, you roll the hot success and bank an automatic success for your next roll. Perfectly clear. So, the setup here. You all are on a rookie team of hot dog hopefuls wanting to join the ranks of Hot Dog, the hyperoptic team dog. There are a limited number of spots on the team, but one way to impress the top dog, me, is by being crowned the hot dog princess at the puppy pageant. So, you have entered the puppy pageant, and your mission is that you have to protect Princess Choriza. She is the daughter of King Andui, and she has been recently targeted by the 4 horsemen of the esophagus, the most renowned assassins in the entire world. If you want the coveted spot on the hot dog team, hyperoptic team dog, then you have to win the title of hot dog princess. Don't let the pageant be interrupted by the 4 horsemen, and keep Princess Choriza alive. Is this something you all think you're capable of doing?
Fuck yeah. Let's do this.
I think
I've watched Miss Congeniality so many times.
We can always attempt.
So you will be undercover as you're protecting the princess, and each of you has done a little bit to hedge your bets here to win this puppy pageant. You each have a judge in your pocket, and you will be deciding how that judge awards points to the other contestants. When we go through a couple rounds of the pageant, your judge will be awarding points from 1 to 5, 1 being the absolute worst and 5 being the absolute best. 3 is average. Your judge will always give you 5 points. However, Princess Choriza is very, very rich and has paid off all of the judges. She will be getting a 3 from all of your judges. And fairness is not important to any of these judges. You guys can make alliances with each other. Knowing when to break those alliances will be important. Any questions?
No.
So
None
many
yet.
questions.
I'm ready to do this.
All right, let's jump into it. The 4 of you have shown up to the luncheon where you're introduced to all the other contestants, but you have been purposefully seated at the table with Princess Choriza. You see her seated there. She is very well dressed with the most fanciful bun that you can imagine, very high quality, perfectly made up condiments. Skin has been perfectly cooked by that heat lamp, exactly how you would expect a hot dog princess to look. She gives you a look and immediately lights up and goes over to Princess Wienerette. Oh my goodness. I recognize you from the pageant booklet that has all the pictures. You had such a beautiful picture. It doesn't look anything like you. Oh, can't hear you, Princess Wienerette.
Gosh, I forgot my daughter was over here talking to me. I gotta always pay the Photoshop, get that touched up a little bit.
Oh, I can totally tell that you got photoshopped. Like right there, your curves, you have a little bulge there where you weren't cooked properly. I can totally tell that they straightened that out for you. Good thinking.
I mean, gotta work it. Fake it till you make it.
So you all are supposed to be my bodyguards, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I really hope that you're much more capable than you look.
Well, maybe we'll strive to disappoint then.
So, it isn't all looks in the pageant. There is skill, talent,
Talent, yeah, that's important, especially for someone like you. Like, can I just say, you have to be so brave to wear so little condiments with your dog type. I wish I could be that brave.
Well, then you have the right meat. You don't need to cover it up with any condiments.
You're right. I'm sure you're so pretty on the inside.
You know,
And I start leaning in and like just doing that quick little sniff, like, and then I catch myself and I lean back.
A little weird, but okay. Personal space, please. You're all up in my grill.
It's all a part of my culture.
Okay. Well,
It's a form of greeting.
a form of greeting. Okay. Well, if you stay like that close to me, I'm going to flip, and that is not okay. But,
No, don't flip. That's only what burgers do. Hot dogs roll.
well, they got to be flipped on the grill.
no, I mean, you obviously have no idea how you're even made. Hot dogs are not flipped. Hot dogs are rolled. They even had a song about it that came out in the 2000s. It was like, keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Hot dog, keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
And what's
Come
your
on.
name again?
I'm Princess Unicorn Knackwurst. And I got to say, initially when I met you, I'm like, you look amazing. You were giving me the meat sweats. And then you started talking. And
I thought the same thing about you. You look so good for being so close to your expiration date.
I could flip sides and kill you anytime, right?
Oh my goodness. Uncalled for aggression. I'm just trying to give you a compliment.
Why are all of you being so mean to Princess
Thank
Teresa? She's so perfect.
Thank you so much. And can I just say that the bun you're wearing looks so adorable? My grandmother wears one just like it.
Yes, it's vintage.
Yes, vintage. You know, sometimes vintage comes back around, especially when you can't afford new.
What a killer.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So the luncheon continues like so. What all are you trying to do to protect her?
Well, right now, I don't know after hearing her talk if I'm going to be doing much at all.
So Princess Ursula Wienerbecker will be running around and seeing if something smells bad or rotten.
Ooh.
If something
Okay.
rotten is happening.
I'm not going to say that this is hot dog or your archetype.
Mhm.
Well, your archetype is just rolling better at dog. So just roll the straight D10 here.
Okay. Which is it, hot or dog?
It's just the regular D10. When you
Okay.
roll with hot, you get a second D10 or dog.
8.
8. All right. 8 is a success.
So
I didn't say
anytime
that.
you roll,
1 is a doggone failure. 5 and below is a failure. 6 to 9 is a success. D10 is a hot success. All right, so 8 is a success. You're going around sniffing for danger, basically, anything out of place.
Mhm.
All right, so you're going around and doing your best to, look hot dog-esque. Are you walking on your hind legs?
yes.
All right, so the wiener dog on its hind legs, you're sniffing around, and you're drawn to the wardrobe, actually. You start going off to the side corridors, and there is a closet full of bacon wraps.
So these are just the wraps and not the dogs in them?
These are just the wraps to wear. These are clothing, accessories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll start smelling them to see if they're good enough to eat.
Oh, they're definitely good enough to eat. And
so they're not rotten?
Nope, not rotten. Your wiener dog taste buds are working overtime right now, being surrounded by bacon. But as you start looking through, one of the bacon wraps has a little glowing red light flashing.
Mm-mm.
And it's just perfectly hidden in one of the folds.
Well, we'll need to eat around that so that we can expose what it is. So I'm unable to contain myself around bacon as I'm going to attempt to eat whatever this is out of the bacon.
You start chewing through the bacon wrap, and out of the fold that you've chewed around drops a small C4 bomb. Obviously, the wiring is set for remote detonation. It could go off at any moment.
Is there any labeling at all for the staff of who gets what accessory?
Looking at this wrap, you can see that there was a tag on it labeled Princess Choriza.
Okay. I'm going to and I'm in a closet, right?
You are in a closet, a wardrobe.
Okay, I'm gonna bend and look around and see if I can make eye contact with one of the other three.
Let's go ahead and say that you all have comms with each other.
Okay.
So you could talk to them through some earpieces.
I need somebody to come over here.
Yeah, I got you. I'll come on over. Don't you worry about it. I'm walking now.
All right, you get over there easy enough. You just have to slip away from the lunch, and you try to do so quietly. Maybe you pretend like you're going for a bathroom break.
Excuse me, everyone. I really need to urinate. I will return momentarily. And I will step away.
Don't fall in.
No promises. That's why I wear a yellow bun.
you get away and you meet Princess Ursula at the wardrobe.
Well, you got calm down, you're waggling and shit. Like,
And I just like, I look at the C4 and I look at him and I look at the C4 and I look at him. Like,
holy
I
shit,
can't really
Sticks,
contain myself.
That is a bomb. Don't worry, I know how to defuse these.
It was in Teresa's accessory as I point over to the partially
The shredded bacon wrap. And as you're talking, over the intercom comes a few dings telling all contestants to head towards the stage as the pageant is about to start.
Holy fuck, Sticks. We're running out of time real fast here. First off, we gotta hide the torn up fucking thing that she was wearing. Second up, I'm gonna go ahead and tuck that block of C4 into my kraut. And I'm just gonna find the window to throw it out of. Let it be someone else's problem.
I can hide it and I'll just eat the rest of it.
You're
right
eating
in front
a block of C4.
No, the
outfit.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm like, listen.
Hey, you're tucking C4 in your crowd, all right?
This is slowly turning into MTG, and I'm here for it.
This is pretty much how we idle.
Ursula, you chow down on this bacon wrap. It is delicious, perfectly cooked, the highest quality bacon wrap you could ever have. Princess Unicorn, I'm going to say you start taking this and you put it in your kraut and you start heading towards the windows.
Yeah.
And you come across Bratwurst. You know him as the host and organizer of this puppy pageant. He is a foot-long hot dog, getting a bit older, closer to his expiration date, like you, apparently.
Yeah.
What are you doing there? It's time for the pageant.
Listen, you look real nice today.
Well, thank you very much.
It's not every day that I see a foot long that I wouldn't be willing to choke on a little bit, but I really Ashley was walking through right when I said that. The
Amazing.
judgment.
I knew there'd be so many dick jokes, but that was a good one.
Listen, I really need to go look outside real quick because part of my thing for the competition relies on the exact humidity of the world outside, and I won't know it until I see the sky.
No. There's not enough time. We have to go right now to the stage. Come with me.
Oh, crap. Look at that. Someone dropped the mustard on the ground right there, trying to distract him.
Would you say you're trying to use a charm or a joke to distract him, or are you just trying to roll a straight
Please use
D10?
charm. Please use
This is going to be charm.
All right, roll your dog ability
the
here.
joking comment? I am charming the pants off this guy.
And you are defying an authority figure.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Go ahead and roll the 2d10.
I'll roll 2d20 as well if you want. I mean,
Don't roll 2d20.
You can't stop me.
I've been playing Modifius 2d20. It's throwing me off.
I rolled a 7 and I rolled an 8.
All right, both are successes. Not
Amazing.
doubles, though, unfortunately for you.
Yeah.
He looks over at the mustard. What'd you say was on the ground?
It was just someone dropped their mustard right there on the ground. It's going to stain the carpet.
He looks over and there's a drop of mustard there, conveniently placed by some Princess Unicorn when he wasn't looking.
So as soon as he is looking
immediately
away, like we don't have to go descriptions. I don't care about the mustard. I really don't. I pull the block of C4 out of my kraut and I just yeet it, throw that thing at the back of the room as hard as I can.
And you were trying to get out a window, right?
I don't even care about the window right now. If he's not going to let me get to the window, at least let me keep it as far away as possible from Princess Charizard over there.
Well, before you even have to throw it, he sees the mustard and he starts panicking. Completely oblivious of you. He goes and immediately starts running for some sort of assistant or whatever to start help cleaning up this mustard.
Oh, well, if
leaving
I got
you alone for
that much free time, yeah, I'll go to a window and I'll
with
yeet
2
it out the
successes
window.
there. Yeah.
Is there like a bus stop or an orphanage out the window somewhere nearby?
Yes. So you poke your dog out the window, and you see to the left is an orphanage, and to the right is a massive construction-sized dumpster.
Oh,
The toughest choices.
Yes, it's going to be.
Dear holy meat sweats, forgive me for this cardinal sin I am about to make as I throw it at the construction site. I'm a goddamn hero today.
You chuck it, and it lands in piles of trash, and it just like hits with enough force that it seems to be buried down on the bottom. And that is when we're going to move to our first round of the pageant. The questions, the interviews.
I like this. I give great answers.
Princess Unicorn and Princess Ursula, you guys are going to be going in the back because you missed your time slots. You were too busy messing around with bombs. So that will mean that Princess Pepperette, you are the first on our interview here. Bratwurst comes out and he says his little introduction for the pageant. He makes some very corny jokes. And then the contestants start coming out one by one. You're towards the beginning. You're not the actual first. But you come out and you take your little seat on the stand. All the heat lamps are on you. And Bratwurst is right there with his microphone. Princess Pepperette. In a world where going green is very important, reduce, reuse, and recycle, how would you say is the best way to recycle hot dog water?
Well, I feel that we should all just make an effort to share in our hot dog water and really try to achieve world peace through all of us having the same hot dog water. And if we can make our intentions known for getting world peace through hot dog water, I think people would be much more inclined to use it. And in a way, isn't that what everybody wants? World peace.
And with each time you say world peace, there's an aw throughout the audience. All 3 times you say it, you hear the audience go, aw. And then, there's the round of applause afterwards. You get up, you get to do your wave, and you walk out.
She's beaming because she's practiced the answer.
The judges take a moment. Yes, you nailed it. The judges take a moment to come up with your scores. Maitreyi, your judge is the Cleveland judge, and he holds up a 5. Adam, what does the Coney Island judge hold up?
The Coney Island judge?
Yes, that's the judge in your pocket.
World peace, if you score that low, that's going to be sus. So he's going to hold up a 4.
A 4. All right. Very generous. Chuck.
Oh, wait, are we out of 10 or out of 5? I need to know how affronted to be.
Out of 5.
Oh, okay.
1 through 5, yes.
Okay, cool. I just need to know how affronted I need to be.
How offended. Chuck, you have the Chicago judge.
Yeah, that's good. You'll have to repeat the question. My dogs were barking because my grocery order showed up 4 hours early.
The question is, on a scale of 1 to 5, what does the Chicago judge rate Princess Pepperette's question?
Listen, as much as I enjoy your company, and I think you're a fantastic meat product.
Thank you.
I'm winning this shit. Give him a 1.
1 from the Chicago judge.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Wow.
Peace is for losers. Oil and gas is where it's at.
Dan, you have the Tijuana judge in your pocket. And what does the Tijuana judge score Princess Pepperette?
I'm gonna stick with this. I rolled.
Amazing.
Okay.
It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Not quite as harsh as Knackwurst, but
Wow.
And then the final judge, the German judge, also holds up a 2.
Oh, this is a Miss Universe pageant. My mistake. Okay.
All places known for
too
their
much world
sausages.
peace.
Sure.
All right. And Princess Wieneretta, you are up next. You get to come out, you get to glide across the stage, and then Bratwurst asks you your question. Princess Wieneretta, what is one thing that you would like to do before your expiration date?
I'm so sorry. Before Princess Wieneretta goes up, can Princess Pepperette whisper something to her?
Absolutely, you can.
So, they eat world peace. Stalks off the stage.
Give me your hot or dog ability, whichever one you think you're trying. Are you trying to joke with him or trying to convince him like charming?
Charming.
All right, so go hot with your 2d10 there.
Okay, that's an 8 on one and a 6 on the other.
Okay, both successes. Wieneretta, you get to do with that as you will, but she seems pretty convincing that they hate world peace.
Okay, well, I'm going to come out and, I guess, who cares about world peace when instead we could solve world hunger? If there was one thing I'd like to do before I expire, I'd like to eat myself. And everybody could eat themselves. Imagine that. No more hunger for anyone.
Surgically removed a few ribs there so that he could eat himself.
Right.
The crowd is a little taken aback. But they give you the polite applause. Everyone's like, okay, yeah. They're very supportive, at least. Let's go ahead and get the judges. Dan, the Tijuana judge, of course, gives you a 5.
Hooray. That's the only one I'm going to get.
Adam, what does the Coney Island judge score?
The Coney Island judge is absolutely appalled at that, and that'll be a 1.
Oh,
1. And the Chicago judge from Chuck.
Well, at first I didn't give 2 shits about ending world hunger. You got to be hungry to go for your dreams, but then you went to cannibalism. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do a 5 on this.
A 5 from the Chicago judge. Maitreyi, what is the Cleveland judge award?
Ooh, the Cleveland judge is also very much on board with the pragmatism of this answer, and just through a hearty applause, holds up a 5.
A 5, gosh. All right. And the German judge, with their characteristic frown, awards you a 2. All right.
Feel like cannibalism is the opposite of world hunger or world peace, so I think a 5 is good.
Yeah, it solves all your problems.
Princess Ursula, you're able to get in line a little bit faster than Princess Unicorn as she went to go run the bomb out of the building.
Yeah.
You get to come up on stage, and Bratwurst is there ready for you. You get your time in the heat lamp. You get to smile and do your wave. Princess Ursula.
Princessin.
Princessin. Apologies. What would you say to someone who says that they prefer hamburgers over hot dogs?
I would be appalled. I would say they have not had a good hot dog then. They've only ever tasted the worst hot dog possible, and not the worst, not the proper worst, but worst is in WORST.
Interesting. Excellent answer. The crowd gives a little applause. Thank you very much. You start going off stage. And what do our judges award here? Let's start with Coney Island judge gives you a 5, of course. Chicago judge, Chuck.
Oh, that's me again. I gotta tell you, whenever that accent comes out, I just stop paying attention. I don't know. In all matters of fairness, I think I need to keep things nice and easy. And there was no mention of cannibalism or crime in that speech. We're going to have to go with a 1.
Going with the 1. Dan, what is the Tijuana Judge Award?
Oh my gosh. Well, out of 1. I hate to say it.
Things are not looking good for Princess.
Wasn't that great of an
Princess.
answer, honestly.
Cleveland Judge, Maitreyi.
Felt bad.
I also rolled and I got a 2.
A 2. All right. And the German judge, with an even harsher frown than normal, awards you a 2. Finally, that brings us to Princess Unicorn Knackwurst. You come up on stage, you take your little spot in the spotlight. Princess Unicorn Knackwurst, what would you say is your dream concession stand?
Oh, that's fantastic question. My dream concession stand, it would have a lot of the regular things that you would need for a concession stand. You got to have your nachos. Of course, you got to have your bratwurst, some soda, but that's the regular stuff that you put out front to throw off the fuzz, right? Because secretly, behind the scenes, you're running drugs out of that too. So, I mean, like, you want an 8-ball? We got you an 8-ball. You want a little horse? I mean, it's not great for a basketball game, but we got you covered. You want to hop in that K-hole for a long weekend? Absolutely anything you could need. Also, you got to have the hard liquor. You don't want to make the alcoholics feel left out. So lots of that. And you know what?
Bratwurst is going more and more raw by the moment. His skin is becoming pinker and pinker every time you continue on.
He must really like what I'm saying here. But listen, and then also I don't want that. It should be a fantastic opportunity for young, well, I don't want to say young, entrepreneurs of all kinds, because sex workers, there's no retirement plan for them. So they should have the ability to work as long as they feel able to. So, maybe some blackjack as well.
The crowd is silent at first, not sure if you're going to continue, but after you stop talking, they do finally start to slowly applause. The Chicago judge immediately puts up a 5. Coney Island.
About.
Adam, what would you give that answer?
Coney Island is strictly thinking about odds and possibilities, and there's no way that Ursula could pull this one out. So the Coney Island one forgets his allegiance and gives it a 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the second 5 given out by Coney Island, or to yourself. I'm sorry. You did give Maitreyi a 4 too. So the Coney Island judge has been very generous.
Yeah.
Tijuana judge Dan, what are you awarding Chuck?
Apparently, we feel more favorably about crime as well, so we give it a 3.
A 3. All right. And then finally, or not finally, Cleveland judge Maitreyi.
Very on board for the integrity of small business owners. So giving a 5.
Nice.
All right. Good scores here. The German judge, extremely appalled by everything you said, gives out their first 1.
Not surprised. You later Hosen's in the bunch over there. It's fine.
As the scores are being tallied by the judges, Princess Choriza goes up and she begins to answer her question. She's very eloquent and she glides with such grace onto the stage. As this is happening, you all notice a little red dot starts to light up the stage, and it starts to hone in on Princess Choriza until you see that it's on her body, and it starts going up right between her eyes. What all are you doing?
I feel like an opportunity to fight.
Launching myself at her to tackle her.
Yeah,
remember, not interrupting the pageant is very important as well. Because if the pageant gets canceled because of assassins, that means none of you get to become the hot dog princess.
Oh,
I am
That's
going
right.
to use
shoving.
trigonometry and shit to track where this laser sight is coming
Yeah.
from.
I'm like going into the back. You tell me where it's at.
You got it.
At this
I
point,
am still physically trying to move Teresa
Okay,
out of the way.
absolutely.
At this point, Ursula Wienerbecker is faster than all of them as she gets on all fours and runs
Dog.
like a dog, and it goes up towards the balcony where snipers always are, or the
The
mezzanine,
catwalk.
something, yeah, and is going to go after the killer.
It's not right.
All right. I want D10s from all of you, and I don't think any of you are using hot dog. Maybe your archetype? I don't think so. So just a straight D10 for all of you.
I think I'm using hot too. Like, if I'm getting any resistance from the princess, then I'm using
Suplex.
charm.
What is
Using
dog
charm.
again?
Dog is joking your way.
Oh no.
So Princess Pepperette, describe how you're going on stage and using your hot ability to defuse the situation.
We'll go up to Princess Teresa and Princess, that thing we were worried about. It's
excuse
happening.
me, I'm in the middle of my answer
No,
here. This is totally
We have to go.
inappropriate.
It is, but we have to go. We'll explain to your father later. Let's go. The thing we worried about is happening right now. Let's go.
All right, go ahead and roll 2d10 because you're using hot. Dan,
I got a 3.
you got a 3. What did you say you were trying to do again? Trying to figure out where the light was coming from?
I was just trying to run back to where we're estimating it to be at.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And Chuck, how'd you do?
I got an 8 for trigonometrying exactly where it's coming from.
All right. So Dan, you start running towards the catwalk as well as Adam. Adam, what did you roll?
So Princess Ursula Wienerbecker would have gotten there, did get there first, but the stark reality of it being a catwalk stops her as she rolled a 2.
Shit.
All right.
Mortal enemies.
Princess and Ursula gets all the way up to the ladder, realizes her tiny little paws would have difficulty climbing up the ladder. Do you really want to be on the catwalk anyways? Wienerette, you were a little bit further behind, but you catch up eventually, and you're at this ladder and you can't get past because Princess Ursula is right there on the bottom few rungs blocking it. Princess Unicorn, you did succeed, and you can see exactly there is a sniper in the catwalk. You spotted them. You can see them going just in the shadows of the corner. You know exactly where they are now. Princess Pepperette, how did you roll?
I gotta play more games with Dan because the dice gods apparently hate him more than they hate me. So I got a 7 and a 9.
All right, 2 successes. The crowd is a bit shocked. There are gasps as you come out, but you're able to diffuse the situation. And Princess Teresa says, "Oh, I am so sorry, but there is something really important with my family. I would just like to say that I really want world peace." And she goes off with you out of the spotlight. You're kind of like in front of her, blocking the light a little bit. Ursula and Wiener, at this point, you're able to start going up the ladder if you want. Unicorn, what are you doing?
So I see where this person disappeared into the shadows. Are there other contestants on the stage next to me?
Princess Choriza was the last contestant to interview.
All right.
So there's going to be a bit of a break where the stage is empty.
All right. Then I have no choice but to sacrifice some of my own kraut, as I am going to take a handful of kraut out from between my buns, and I am going to look at where it is, and I am going to just yeet that kraut at the sniper hopefully striking them so that way they can be scent mocked. That way Princess Ursula will be able to track them better through sniffing and shit.
All right. This is ridiculous. So let's go ahead and roll this with your dog ability.
What does that even mean? Do I roll like
It means you get to add a
D10s?
second D10.
I'm gonna roll 2 D10s. I got a 9 and I got a 6.
All right, 2 successes. Your kraut flies across the catwalk and just nails the sniper. They're some sort of hot dog dressed in like all black with a mask pulled over, and they start reaching up and they start trying to pull it off their face. Wieneretta and Ursula, what are you two doing? You can start climbing up the ladder if you want.
And I'll just start getting dramatic, and I'll say, I can't go any further. Ruined by cats. I hate cats. And so then I'll be like, use me as a stool, and offer him
give me a
like
boost.
assistance. Yeah,
You could wait
All
here
right.
in case they come down.
I will be a guard dog.
Wieneretta, what is your archetype again?
I am a wiener dog.
Wieneretta,
Oh, wiener.
not Wienerbecker.
Chillidog, I'm going to fight.
All right. So you're going up to fight. Go ahead and roll
Got beef.
with your archetype then as you get up this ladder and you go to fight the sniper.
8 total.
8,
2 and a 6.
a 2 and a 6. That is 1 success though. The 6 is a success. The 2 is a failure. Go ahead and take a point to either your hot or your dog stat for that failure.
All right.
As you climb up, the sniper is pulling off this kraut, and just as you get over to the catwalk, they finally clear their face. They pull up their sniper rifle, and they just go to hit you with the butt of it. Describe how you're responding here.
I feel like this is going to be like a Matrix thing, but I fall probably.
You fall. Okay.
Trying to not get hit, I just like fall over backwards.
You fall over backwards, and the sniper tries to seize the moment and continues to just bring the gun down, jumping on top of you. You will win this fight with that success. So describe how you're taking him down here.
It's got to be like if they're coming down on me, and I fall over backwards, and then I just flip them over backwards again. Maybe they go slide down the ladder.
You do the drive-in theater hot dog flip.
That's right.
Where you bounce backwards and the sniper flies over the catwalk. Thankfully, by this point, most of the crowd has left to go for the intermission. They're going on bathroom breaks. They're going to concessions. And the sniper falls into the empty chairs below, going from less hot dog to more ground beef at this point. What are the rest of you doing as you see this happen?
Quick, eat them.
I am going to go inspect the body and recover my kraut.
Ursula's just gonna go and grab him by one of the limbs and start shaking.
That's right.
What about you, Pepperette?
Keeping Princess Choriza sort of away from this so that the other Team Hot Dog can do what needs to be done without her getting in the way.
All right. Princess Unicorn, Princess Ursula, you get up to the sniper. Ursula, you go up and you bite down, ripping the mask off with your teeth, and you see that the remains of this hot dog.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Is the notorious icebox, one of the 4 horsemen of the esophagus.
Ooh.
That's a good thing, because I heard if it takes on long enough, you could have an icebox where your heart used to be.
Is this mask kind of like what's on the outside of sausages? Like, is it edible?
Yeah, it's going to be edible, but it's like designed to look like a ski mask, basically.
Yeah, I just chew it and swallow.
Oh no.
Give me a dog check, Ursula.
Yeah,
I mean,
dog,
it's
what
got
am
to
I
be
gonna
worth
do?
2d10,
something.
one of your
That's-
d10s gets a +1.
Yeah, it's got to be worth something. That's how I was planning on winning the talent competition.
I'm going to give a +1 to the 10 that I rolled to make that 11. Or wait a minute. No, maybe actually it would be more beneficial because I rolled a 10 and a 9. So I think I'm going to give the 1 to the 9 to make it 2 hot successes.
Which makes it doubles, and you have to yell something out. You have to yell out hot dog.
Yeah, so hot dog. As I'm like,
Hot dog.
The first hot dog.
Go ahead and roll a third d10.
and that's an 8.
An 8. So 28. You have banked an automatic success for your next roll with that hot dog. You swallow down this mask. Princess Unicorn, there's a moment where you're like, is Princess Ursula panting? But with that great success, you put aside your doubts over her questionable origins. And Ursula, you maintain your costume of being a hot dog.
Yeah. Just keeping it for evidence.
That is good thinking right there. So, we got the corpse. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Pepperette, while you're holding protecting Choriza in the back room,
And
you can tell that she's obviously distraught a
Stop
little bit.
gliding. You need to lift your feet, princess. You can stop gliding.
A princess never stops being a princess, thank you. But I do appreciate what you did for me. You're really not as incompetent as you look.
Princess. I'm just trying to help.
Well, I'm just saying I'm very,
Princess
very
Pepperette
thankful.
is starting to get a little teary.
It's nothing personal. You're just so much smarter than you sound. That's all.
Sorry, Maitreyi is laughing when Princess Pepperette is tearing up.
All right. Ursula, Unicorn, Wienerette, at this point, you could come down from the catwalk as well, and you start disposing of the body. How are you disposing of the body?
I heard that there was a dumpster in an orphanage, so
I wasn't even thinking that. I was just gonna stuff it under the stage and call it housekeeping's problem.
I was just gonna throw it at the orphanage, perhaps.
That's a good plan. It helps end world hunger and promote cannibalism.
What kind of hot dog is it?
Just a standard regular street dog.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we were to do both, that would be in the ballpark, wouldn't it?
I see what you did there, and I fucking love it. Let's do this. Does this guy have any additional weaponry upon his person?
Yeah, of course. He's got several handguns and knives and a garrote as well.
Holy shit, I'm gonna save the garrote for later. Don't ask me. But I'm also gonna take the guns and the knives and hide those in my kraut as well, so I can distribute them to the team so we are well armed.
Let's hear a kraut joke.
Kraut joke? Oh, you want me to roll? Okay, what do I gotta roll on this one? Just 8d10s?
Roll your dog, 2d10.
You got this. I'm going to presume that a 1 and a 3 are fantastic.
Those are both failures. One is a doggone failure.
Oh no.
You're taking 3 points to your dog here.
Oh, no.
Ah, my poor dog.
But you do keep these weapons. You got them all tucked away in your kraut. Wienerette and Ursula, did you decide where you wanted to hide the body as he's equipping himself?
I'm definitely leaning towards
She's
the
equipping
orphanage because I'm sticking with my solving world hunger.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe we could put them in an oven. Or put them on a grill.
We could show Princess Wieneretta earlier, not Wieneretta. That's you right there. Princess Charizard, that you do in fact
Choriza.
roll hot dogs. You don't flip them.
Yeah, and he should have taken more precautions.
You should have. Plus, his name's got like Icebox, so like it would be fitting to put him in the hot box and grill
Yeah,
him and stuff.
He
Put 'em
should
on
be grilled.
rollers.
He should be grilled. I mean,
Also,
you never know what risks you take when you're raw dogging it.
I like that.
So what's the plan? Where are you taking this body?
Orphanage.
Orphanage to be grilled, because we have massive grills in our orphanages.
You do.
That is now canon.
How else do you feed all of them hungry mouths?
Actually,
You gotta
they probably
cook
just
big
have
chunks of meat.
We're
Racks
cannibals,
upon
apparently, anyways.
Probably just racks upon racks of the hot dog rollers.
Also, each of you here, I present to you from deep within my kraut. You each get the gun.
Covered in
God.
kraut.
You see the lower portion of my bung start to move back and forth a little bit as I get excited about the gun.
All right, you each have a gun now, and you start carrying this body through the back halls, trying to stay mostly out of sight, going towards the windows where you know you can reach the orphanage. Unfortunately, you turn a corner and there is a stagehand. They're dressed in like the black shirt and they got the headset on and they've got the clipboard, and you just face to face with them. You almost run into each other. The three of you are holding a mangled hot dog body, and this stagehand is a tiny little Vienna sausage, and she just looks terrified. What are you doing?
Can I
We could say that you
say
linked up with them here.
yeah, if you don't mind.
And I would have also
I'm gonna
given you
use
a
my
gun.
pig in the blanket archetype and pretend to also be a stagehand. And this is just a prop for one of the contestants' talent. She's doing a horror skit, so don't worry about it.
So there's a montage of you leaving Princess Choriza when you hear that they're taking the body out. And you're like walking through a rack of clothing, and the bun that you were wearing just flies off. And then we see like a ruffle, and then you come out from behind the rack and you look just like a stagehand.
Black
Yes,
casing.
You're walking through, and there's another stagehand that's distracted by something, and you just kind of do a little spin and you pull the clipboard out of their hands and you start continuing on. They kind of look around and look at their empty hands, wondering what happened. And then you meet up with the group, and go ahead and roll 2d10 because you're using your archetype here.
That is an 8 and a 5.
8 and a 5. The 5 is a failure, but you're using your archetype, not one of your skills, so you're not going to take a point.
Okay.
But you do get a success. And the little Vienna sausage she calms down a little bit. I don't remember any props, and starts flipping through paperwork. But
no, it's there, and I'll gesture further through them to keep moving.
the rest of
And
you
I'm gonna
continue
go
going
with the
past.
clipboard with her.
Pepperette kind of spirals around the assistant so that they're looking the other way. Maybe I just have an outdated schedule. I'm sure that's it.
That's it. That's probably it. You should ask Frank Morningside for an updated schedule.
Frank, yeah, Frankfurter. Yeah, I know who you're talking
Frankfurter,
about.
exactly. Yeah.
I'll go get Frankfurter. And she just runs off. The rest of you, you link up with them, Pepperette. The rest of you make it to the window, and you are just chucking this mangled body towards the orphanage then. And you know what? Let's go ahead and say that you make it to, you get it right in the meat grinder. That the orphanage has. If it has a grill, why not a meat grinder? Yeah, this orphanage has a giant meat grinder like a chimney, and the body goes right in there, and you're sure that it will not be found again.
I'm a little worried about what a top dog actually thinks happens in orphanages, but we'll roll with it.
You're the one talking about grilling. Princess Wieneretta's talking about cannibalism. All right. And the chime sounds. It is time for the next round of the puppy pageant, the talent show.
This is where I will shine. Let us go, my friends.
We are starting actually with Chuck. Princess
Holy
Unicorn,
shit.
you're towards the front of the group of contestants here.
Yep.
Why don't you describe your talent for us?
Song and dance.
Song and dance. What song are you singing and what style dance are you giving?
I am going to be singing Work It by one Missy Elliott. And dance, I'm just shaking these buns.
All right. Are you trying to be sexy or funny with this dance?
Super sexy. Like,
All right. Go ahead and roll your hot
Obviously.
2d10.
I don't want there to be an unplumped casing in the house.
Oh, no.
Hey, you said 2D10.
Some of the older dogs are splitting.
Uh-huh. Here we go. Here we go. I got a 10 and an 8.
That is a great success. Hot success and a success.
Put it down. Is it worth it? Let me work it.
There is a standing ovation at the end of your dance here. The entire crowd gets up. They're going wild over it. Moment for the judges to score here. Of course, the Chicago judge, the one in your pocket, Chuck, gives you a 5 right away.
Yeah.
Cleveland judge, Maitreyi, how are you scoring this?
Cleveland is very uncomfortable with how aroused they are, so I'm going to take it out on the contestant by giving them a 1.
Oh, how dare you?
The angriest of judges. Dan, how does the Tijuana judge rate it?
Somehow we come up with the 3 again.
A 3. All right. And Adam, the Coney Island judge.
Coney Island judge will give a 3.
Amazing.
3. All right. And then finally, the German judge. As you are doing your dance, you get a glimpse of the German judge, and you see a little bit of sweat coming down from the dog, almost making the German judge angrier. But you begrudgingly get a 3 out of them, the highest score from the German judge so far.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. It could have been better. I knew I should have taken my crowd off in the middle of that. But
And
fine.
then the next contestant, Princess Pepperette. What is your talent here?
I'm doing sexy batons. I have 2 batons, and I stick them out, and they have flames on either side of them, and I twirl them and get it dangerously close to my leathery pepperette skin, and I do a sexy baton dance.
All right. So sexy, you're trying to use hot. Go ahead and roll your 2d10. There are a few parents in the audience of other contestants that you can hear them murmuring, how ostentatious. That is so inappropriate.
It's not even the real word. What you should have said is like, oh my lanta.
I got an 8 and a 9.
8 and a 9.
Dan, you gotta be in more games with me, man.
Bad luck magnet. 8 and a 9, 2 successes. So despite the murmurings of some of these patients, again, the crowd is going wild. It helps that Princess Unicorn got them riled up already, but this crowd is almost out of control at this point. The
Sexy
judges,
batons, that'll do it.
and they actually leave a little bit of like grill marks as they fly past you, and they toast the bun around you as well. The judges, the Cleveland judge immediately gives you a 5. Tijuana judge, Dan, how are you
Also
rating
a
this?
5.
Amazing.
Also a 5. Wow.
First 5 from the Tijuana judge.
Chicago judge, Chuck, how are you doing this?
Feel the heat.
I don't know why my kraut's running so much right now. I'm going to have to put a 5 down on this.
Another 5. Very much a fan favorite here, Pepperette. And finally, Coney Island.
Coney Island judge is squirming in their seat as if they're trying to hide something under the table as they give a 5.
A 5.
Wow.
Dude, that's
And
a
then the
rocket
German
ship to
judge.
success right there.
You see 5 after 5 showing up. You got 4 5s in a row going for the perfect score. And then you see the scowl of the German judge as they give you a 1.
Oh,
shit.
this judge. Wait, which was the NPC that was going to make me cry? The German judge or Princess Teresa? Because
It was Princess Charizard. That's who it was.
The German judge is in Princess Choriza's pocket. So in a way, it all goes back to her. Yes, the crowd immediately begins booing at the 1. They're borderline rioting at this point. They're throwing all sorts of condiments and toppings at this judge. Bacon bits are flying everywhere. And that brings us to Princess Wieneretta. What is your talent?
It's going to be a toothpick twirling and swallowing instead of swords.
That sounds dangerous in both ends.
All right.
And so there's like condiments on the stage. You can like poke them up and eat them. Sticking with the theme
I'll
of
let you
eating
roll
things.
Chillidog if you want, or you could roll Dog to charm.
Roll Chillidog.
Yeah, this is fighting. You know, sword work. You know,
All right.
swallowing toothpicks. You're used to this stuff.
We'll do that. It's not going to help me though. I rolled a 4 and a 5.
That is 2 failures. So you go out and
I super like to trip up on stuff.
you start tripping a bit from all the condiments that have been thrown at the judge and the stage. You're trying to work your way over and you begin performing, but the crowd is still so angry at the German judge that no one is paying attention to you whatsoever. They're still booing and yelling obscenities, and it's very hard to maintain composure doing your talent like this. Bratwurst is kind of like, he kind of goes out on stage and calls for everyone to be calm, be calm. Doesn't matter. He gets hit with some relish. He rushes off stage to fix his condiments, and you get ushered off the stage as well. Let's go with the judges here. The Tijuana judge does give you a 5, Dan. How does the Coney Island judge score, Adam?
After calming down some, the Coney Island judge gives a 3.
A 3. Okay. This is all, the booing is still going. Cleveland judge, Maitreyi, how are you scoring this?
I rolled a 3.
3. All right. And the Chicago judge, Chuck.
It's more than what you deserve, but after that, I really feel bad for you, so I'm going with the 3 as well.
A 3 as well.
I call that a pity 3.
And the German judge, in an effort to pacify the crowd more than a fair rating to you, does hold up a 3 as well.
Got all 3s.
Trying to get the crowd to just calm down a little bit. And he flips it to you first, but then he immediately turns it to the crowd and kind of like hides behind it. Like, see, I gave a 3. And that brings us to Adam. What is your talent here?
So Ursula Wienerbecker is a comedic contortionist. And like pretty much just moves in ways that hot dogs can't because she's actually a dog. But the whole time she's telling terrible jokes, like talking about how it's good that Hebrew National has been recognized because at first they thought a lot of people thought they were just bull schnitzel. And,
Wow.
She keeps going. And then at the end, she says, boy, all this work referencing to contortionism and are my dogs tired.
You know
And
what?
that's how it goes.
Roll your dog. 2d10. One of them gets a +1.
Okay.
I almost want to take the +1 away, but I can't do that.
There's the 10 that I rolled on the die. and I'm going to take
Ooh.
the other 5, give it a +1 to make it a 6, and I get the automatic success from my last one.
So you didn't even have to roll on this one. You got the automatic success.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
But you got the 10, you got the 5, which
I
made
got
a 6,
the 6. Yeah.
which actually becomes a 16 as well, which is a hot success. So go ahead and take another automatic success for the next roll as well.
Nice.
The crowd has calmed down a bit now. You're able to make your jokes over the microphone. It's still a bit difficult on the stage with all the condiments and toppings that have been thrown on. But at this point, enough contestants have come through that it kind of like cleared an opening. And the crowd seems to really appreciate your jokes. The first one, they were a little uneven on. But by the second one, you won them over and they were laughing and they all give you applause at the end. The Coney Island judge immediately gives you a 5. How does the Tijuana judge score?
A 4 this time.
A 4. All right. Chicago judge, Chuck.
You know, I'm feeling very generous this round, and the last joke did make me laugh just a little. I'll tell you what, I'll move you up. I'll give you a 4.
A 4. All right. Cleveland judge, Maitreyi.
Cleveland is losing their shit at the dog's joke and gives a 5 between laughing.
5. All right. The German judge, still concerned about how much the crowd hates him, also gives you a 3. Doing some quick tallies here, so don't mind me. Someone make a hot dog joke.
So one time I was walking through the park. I don't really have a joke. I was just hoping that if I started moving my mouth, something funny would come out of it at the end, but I don't think that's going to happen. So anyway, I walked in there and there she was with 3 hot dogs. And I'm like, hey, what is this, Cleveland? And there's my joke.
Hot dog, I barely know her.
You're the first.
I get that pun. I do. And I wish I didn't, but I get it. I do.
Something, I don't relish that.
Oh my gosh. It's just not
something
stopping.
hot dog.
Listen, I got to be frank with all of you. I don't appreciate these puns.
And then the final contestant, Princess Choriza, she goes out on stage and she starts with classical music playing and she begins this very formal ballet style dance. And then it just pauses and she holds a moment and the beat drops to Gangnam Style starts playing. And she begins to do the horsey dance, bouncing all over the stage. She starts backflipping back and forth. The crowd loves it. A great way to cap the performance. But as she finishes and holds a pose, she slips on one of the condiments. We'll say a grilled onion. She slips and moves away from her mark. And as she does, a light from above crashes down where she was just moments prior, shatters on the stage. The crowd just, massive shock goes through them. You all look up. You don't see anyone in the catwalks, but you know someone's targeting her. What all are you doing?
We all got to get out there and dance.
Mathematics again for me.
We know that's right.
Chuck decided he's going to roleplay being good at math for
I
once here.
did.
We have to find out who crashed the party.
We do. I'm going to mathematic it here in the supporting things, and I'm going to try and find the central spot where someone could have released that light.
All right, go ahead and roll a single D10 for mathematics because that's not your archetype or a skill.
Listen, quit talking about me.
You in geometry this time.
I got an 8.
An 8, that is a success.
That's at least 3 more than a success, so...
That is 3 more than a failure.
Listen, don't sass me.
But, you rolled good on mathematics, so we'll give it to you.
That way I can direct the team. It
my
came
God.
from over there.
Oh God, what am I doing with my life? You start looking up. You didn't see anyone in the catwalks, but you do see some ropes that go down behind the stage. So it's possible that someone dressed as a stagehand could have cut a rope that caused the light to fall.
Yeah, I point you all. Listen, it's over there. It's that little Vienna sausage.
The little Vienna sausage.
Oh no!
You don't see the Vienna sausage right now.
I wonder if they got roped into this.
Once again with the puns.
This is the game for it.
Yeah, I'll start wandering over to investigate, putting my nose to the ground to see if I can catch the scent.
Okay. Give me a straight D10 there too, just a single D10. But you get your automatic success actually, so automatically catch it. Going over to where the ropes are, you get a whiff of Vienna sausage.
It is Vienna sausage. It was a little schnitzel.
What else are the rest of you doing? Princess Wienerette, Pepperette?
I'm following Wienerette's lead and we are dancing.
Right.
All right, both of you give me your dog ability as you try to calm down the crowd through the medium of dance.
I actually got a 10 on one of them.
Hey, that's a hot
Amazing.
success.
And a 7, so...
And a 7, that's I'm sorry, 16 or higher is hot success. So you bank an automatic success as well, Dan.
Amazing.
Pepperette, what'd you do?
8. Just one, right?
No, for dog, you get 2.
Oh, 2 8s.
2 8s. That's
The thing
doubles.
to do-
What
the thing
happens
to
when you
do-
roll doubles?
Wait, do I yell hot dog? Do I get to
yell
yell
hot dog.
Hot dog!
Hot dog!
hot dog.
All right, you get to roll a
Amazing.
third D10 for the hot dog.
Amazing. That is a 10.
Oh my
A
god.
10.
Dan,
Oh,
I'm
shit
telling you,
sticks.
Dan.
You both have hot successes and bank automatic success. Describe this dance that just has won
my
the
God.
heart of the crowd here.
It's
You are now
definitely
fan
the
favorites.
dance at the end of Dirty Dancing, and I am going to
Wow.
lift up Princess Wienerette into the most amazing angelic pose.
There might be a
Despite
little
what
chili
she wants.
flying out everywhere, but it's all right.
Oh my god.
Chili flies out. Everyone is shocked because they thought Wienerette would be the one doing the lift. But the Chillidog goes up.
Looks like
The
they've had the
crowd
time of their life.
Loves it.
I get that one too. That one I appreciate.
At this point, Bratwurst comes out and he starts telling everyone the scores of our contestants. And we have a close game here. So tied for first place right now is Princess Wienerette and Princess Pepperette with 35 points.
Holy
Ow!
shit sticks.
Ow!
Tied for third and fourth place are Princess Unicorn and Princess Chorizo with 34 points.
Ooh.
And coming up in
Amazing.
fifth place, but not by much,
Amazing.
is Princess Ursula with 32 points. So
Yeah.
it really is anyone's game right now.
Holy
She was definitely out of her element when asked the first question.
The crowd has calmed down. You have a clue that it's a Vienna sausage. You regroup behind the stage. Princess Chorizo is even more frazzled by now. I thought you all were supposed to be protecting me. I have lights falling down on me. There are little snipers in the catwalk. This is not okay.
Listen here, Princess Charles. There's 2 things you need to keep in mind. 1, you're not dead. Success on our part, you're welcome. And 2, we're supposed to keep the show going. Is the show still going?
Well, yes, the show is still going, but I'm more worried about my life still going after this.
So here's the thing. If we was told just to save his life during this thing today, we would have like medevaced you to like Guam and like left you there in a little hut for a few days eating tilapia out of a coconut or some shit. I don't know what's in Guam, but I heard it's a lovely place.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Are you trying to joke? I'm going to say you're trying to joke your way through the situation. Give me a dog check, 2d10.
Okay.
Is she an authority figure?
I got
No.
a 9 and a 3.
No. A 9 and a 3?
Yeah.
All right, so that's a 1 point to dog for the failure, but it's still a success overall. And you managed to calm her down, and she's, you know what? You're right. I should be thankful I'm still alive. I'm just a little frazzled. I'm sorry. And you know what? I really love that outfit you're wearing. Do you think they make it for women?
I have a gun.
It's okay now. Simmer down.
I mean, do those come in pink?
I'm going to go find this Vienna sausage.
Right. Where our emotions boil over here.
God damn it, not you too.
All right, so the four of you begin looking for the Vienna sausage. How do you want to do this? How do you want to go about it?
With the eyes.
I'm gonna
With your eyes,
try
that's
and
one way to
find,
do it.
Perhaps we can ask
Frankfurter
Frank.
Morningside. Let's go ask Frankfurter Morningside.
All right, you head towards his office. Frankfurter Morningside. He prefers to go by all three names, like a serial killer.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You open the office door, and it's empty. However, it appears there are signs of a struggle. The desk has been knocked over. The computer monitor is broken and on the floor. What are you doing?
Frankfurter?
Is there like a trail of hot dog juice from it being drug out of here?
Go ahead and roll for it. Just a straight D10 here.
Okay. Oh, hold on. That fell.
Oh, wait, you have an automatic success. I'm sorry,
dude.
so don't roll.
Oh, good.
You find a trail of ketchup that does lead out. And it kind of like fades away a little bit into the hallway. But as you continue like going that direction, you see spots of it here and there. And eventually it leads you to a janitor's closet. Opening up the closet, you find Frankfurter Morningside tied up. You see him tied to a chair, his hands behind his back. His bun is covered in ketchup and condiments and all messed up, and he's gagged as well. He's got a grilled onion wrapped around his face.
Set him free.
I am going to keep watch during the process.
You set him free. I was attacked. I was attacked by someone they were wearing a disguise. They look just like me.
Holy shit.
Where are you supposed to be right now?
I'm supposed to be meeting with the judges right now.
I start running.
The judges.
Same. After getting a Frankfurter Morningside disguise to make myself also look
shit.
like it.
That way there could be three of them.
I got a disguise as well.
Hey,
What's your disguise?
Oh my goodness.
A bratwurst with a gun.
Ursula, what were you going to say?
I get my gun out that I was handed, and I point it to the back of the person we were talking to and just saying, just in case, we'll go to, you and I, we're going to the judges. I've got this on you. As I'll keep the gun like in the back of the person, just in case there's some,
It's a
funny
trap within a trap.
stuff going on. Yeah.
I thought you were here to help me.
Yeah, and if you are innocent, if you're good, nothing bad will happen. Let's go to the judges.
Can we just
All
like
right.
Scooby-Doo him right now and see if he's wearing a mask?
Yeah, I got a knife. We can just cut his face off.
Ursula, I want you to give me a hot check. 2d10 as you're trying to keep him calm
right.
with the gun.
All right. Yeah, keeping calm with a gun. That always happens.
It's how it works here in America.
A 6 and a 9.
Nice.
Both successes. All right, not quite a hot success, but
Should be.
okay. I understand. You're just being cautious. I get it. But we need to go to the judges right now.
Start talking.
He starts leading you to the judges. Pepperette, you stay a moment in the janitor closet and you go through some supplies and you start like finding various chemicals that like dye your skin a little bit. You get a mop head that you rip off and start like tearing to shreds. Basically, there's like a cartoon cloud with like tools and everything flying out. And then as you come out of the janitor's closet, you look just like Frank Morningside. Actually, give me a archetype check. 2d10. We'll see how good your disguise is.
You? Not very. 4 and 7.
The 7 is a success. The 4 is a
Okay.
failure. So go ahead and put 1 point to either hot or dog here. Your choice.
Oh, joke.
You do look a bit like Frankfurter Morningside, but it's not perfect. You had less than great tools to make your disguise with. Like one of the your toupee to look like him does also look like a mop. But if someone squints, you look just like it.
Spitting image.
So the 4 of you start rushing towards the judge's room with Frank Morningside and Frank Morningside's doppelganger. You burst into the room and you see the judges from Germany, Cleveland, Chicago, and so on. And you see Frankfurter Morningside right there in the middle. And it becomes like the Spider-Man meme where your Frankfurter Morningside points. That's the guy. He's the one who attacked me. And then the Frankfurter Morningside points right back. No, he attacked me. I tied him up and put him in a closet.
This is absurd. I am the real. I'm the real.
Everybody, this is our bonus sketch for the night. Which of these Frankfurter Morning Stars is the real one?
And the other one in the one you just came across points to Princess Pepperette. And I have no idea who that imposter is, but it's not me. Your Frankfurter Morningside rushes forward to tackle this man in a fit of rage. They begin bouncing and backflipping and rolling over each other.
We'll never be able
and
to
they
kill
are
them apart.
thoroughly
It's okay.
mixed.
I'm the real one.
Eventually, the judges, they go to the side. You all run up. You pull them apart. You don't know which one's which anymore. And Princess Pepperette's right in between. So you can't even tell. You only know that it's her because she's pushing the two of them apart. How are you handling this? The 3 Frankfurter Morningsides.
This is an easy solution.
Doobie-doo.
I will go
You keep that knife away from me, Wiener.
I go to the Frank Morningside that's on the left of Pepperette. What did Princess Ursula use to escort you here? And you're gonna whisper this in my ear real fucking quiet like.
I'll let you roll archetype for an authority figure here, because Frankfurter Morningside is a very important person in this pageant.
I got double 10s.
Oh my goodness, you're a hot dog.
Amazing.
Hot dog.
Hot dog!
Roll your third D10, but it doesn't matter because you already have a hot success.
That's only a 3.
Okay. The failure does not count. You.
This is ridiculous.
This is so stupid. I'm so sorry that I'm putting you all through this.
No, I love it
I'm
so
not.
much.
Frankfurter Morningside, your left Frankfurter Morningside whispers something to you, and you know that it's not true because you had a trick question. Princess Choriza did not escort Frankfurter Morningside this morning. She wasn't anywhere near him because you were with her all morning protecting her. So this could not be the correct Frankfurter Morningside.
I shoot him.
I knew that was coming. Are you trying to kill him, or are you just trying to wound him?
I'm just trying to wound him.
You pull up your gun and you shoot him at the bottom of the dog, and he slips in a pile of his own grease, falls down. Oh, you got me. He rips up and pulls off a mask, and you recognize him as Jaws, one of the 4 horsemen of the esophagus.
All right. We have discovered your secret identity.
Wiener, get him!
I know where we're taking him. The orphanage.
The judges are mortified right now. However, they were all in your pockets anyways. So they are willing to look the other way and continue to keep the pageant going on your behalf because you all paid them well. Frankfurter Morningside and his doppelganger, Princess Pepperette, are very thankful to be alive as well. And they are willing to help you with the disposal of the body. And they go to different points of the hallway and distract people who are coming with, telling them like, no, it's off limits right now. You got to go this way. Or they send them on little errands to go fetch some coffee or something like that. And you guys make it to the window and you see the meat grinder and the dumpster. And Jaws is still alive at this point. What are you doing?
I still got to go in the meat grinder.
Yeah, I mean, why are you even asking?
Cannibalism.
You know the answer.
But I'm still alive. You can't throw me in the meat grinder.
That's
Don't
what
worry,
makes it great.
It won't last long.
Is it,
I mean,
is
the
it just
alive
us here?
part.
Yes, it's just you here.
I'll take a bite out of him.
Are you going to kill or are you just trying to get a snack for the road?
I'm going to kill. Because then afterwards I'm going to say, not alive anymore.
That works for me.
This isn't really joking, but you are a dog, so go ahead and roll your dog ability here with the +1. A literal dog.
We'll take that 8 and turn it into a 9.
Amazing.
And a 2. So
A 9 and a 2. All right, so you get a success, but 1 failure. Add 1 point to your dog there.
and one to my dog.
And
That's my dog.
you your teeth come out and you just bite right into his neck. But this guy is Jaws, and he's got some teeth of his own. And with his dying breath, he just bites into your floppy dachshund ear and takes a little chunk out. As you wrench out, you just see juices and grease pouring out. And Princess Unicorn, Princess Wienerette, Princess Pepperette, you're doing crowd control right now. The two of you throw him into the meat grinder as he screams on the way down. And then you hear the meat grinder turn on and start grinding.
Orphans are going to be feasting tonight.
They're gonna eat
And
good.
then over the intercom, you hear Bratwurst saying that it's time for the final round of interviews.
Right.
Oh,
You
Still-
all rush back to the stage.
Yeah.
give me just a second. I have to grab a call.
How dare
All
you?
right.
I am still slightly worried because I don't think we resolved the Vienna sausage situation.
You have not, but you found 2 of the 4 horsemen of the esophagus, so
Two down.
you're on your way.
To the go.
And we will see who's put first in line here. That is Princessin Ursula Wienerbecker.
Amazing.
You are towards the beginning of the crowd for the interview. They've cleaned up the stage. They've got the heat lamps going. The crowd has calmed down. You know, they've gone to concessions and bathroom. They had a little break. They're not as angry as they were before. Bratwurst begins to ask you your interview. Princessin Ursula Wienerbecker, after a long day on the roller, how would you relax?
So I would relax alongside with the buns in the steamer.
Would you care to elaborate?
I mean, you go in there, you nestle up all nice inside of a bun and let the steam pour over you as you think happy thoughts.
There you go. A princess of few words. There's a round of applause. What do the judges say? The Coney Island judge, that's the one in your pocket, Adam, immediately puts up the 5. Chicago, Chuck.
You know, everyone can appreciate some hot buns. I wish there was a little more elaboration upon those hot buns in this discussion. So sadly, I am going to score very low for this one and just give a 4.
A 4? That's high.
I know. I'm being
All right,
the one
all right.
thing where I'm being the thing.
Cleveland, Maitreyi.
Sorry.
No worries.
All of those little buns, they're in their own little individual trays, and I like being in my tray, just all nestled up.
That sounds
my
so
goodness.
dirty.
I was gonna say.
Do we need
didn't
a
mean it
HR
like that.
call here? Do we have to do an
That's
incident
too-
report?
Nothing like that. Sorry, I didn't think that through.
That's a.
Yeah.
I give a 4.
A 4.
Your
All right,
one's
you
gonna
won
be a
over
3
Cleveland.
until he made that comment.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Tijuana, Dan, how are you rating that interview? You're muted, buddy.
Unmute.
Yep. Sometimes those simple pleasures are nice, so it's a 4.
A 4. All
Holy
right.
Shit, 4s all around.
The German judge looks around at the crowd to kind of gauge the mood, and then holds up a 2.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Next, we have Princess Unicorn Knackwurst.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Princess Unicorn, what would you say is the true essence of being a hot dog?
Of being a hot dog, that's easy. The true essence is a perfect grill on rollers, I say, glaring at Princess Chorizo, as well as being full of plump and juicy meat from nondescript parts of endangered animals. Listen, you cannot truly call yourself a delectable hot dog that people around the world want to jam into their mouths with fervor and moist lips unless you got a little bit of koala taint in you, unless you got a little bit of kangaroo tail maybe. Freaking humpback whales, I got 3 of their spleens ground up to make me. That is amazing stuff. You know why the narwhals are so hard to find? Because I am the narwhals, and I use their horns to make the rollers on my home grill.
And that is time. Unfortunately, you
bastard.
cannot continue.
You bastard.
Oh my god. We start with the German judge. They had their number ready to go from the very beginning. As soon as you started talking about koala taint,
Can I
they
flash
held
my
up a
gun at
1.
them?
Can you what?
Flash my gun at them?
Is that a metaphor?
Yeah.
Or what?
Let's roll your archetype, defying an authority figure. So 2d10.
Amazing.
Double 8s. Hot
Double
dog.
eights. Hot dog. Roll a third.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Oh, it's a 1.
That's a 1. It's okay. So you got a hot success. So you bank an automatic success for your next
Fuck
check.
yeah.
And you flash your gun while you're talking about koala taints. The judge sees it and immediately puts the number back down. And he changes to his highest score of the game, a 5.
Fuck yeah. That's how you do it.
Cleveland, Maitreyi. How is the Cleveland judge rating this?
was going to give it a 4, but then Princess flashed a gun, which was not a metaphor and very
No.
disappointing.
No. That's
So
my
now-
bad. It's
So
final
now
competition.
it's a
Hot
2.
dog dong show.
2. All right. Dan, how does the Tijuana judge rate this?
They appreciate the violence, but also don't appreciate that it's going, against us. So it's a 3.
It's a 3. And Coney Island, Adam.
That answer was brilliant, but a little bit too long. As he
That's
holds
what
up a
she
3.
said.
A 3?
Mm-hmm.
All right, a 3.
I'll take it. Don't forget my judge. I got a 5 for that as well.
And you got a 5 from Chicago.
That's
of
right.
Of course, I would not forget. That brings us to Pepperette.
Who has been quite upset because Pepperette is not a juicy, plump hot dog.
You're the juiciest, dear. Don't let anyone tell you different.
Leathery and dry.
You know what?
And
There's
just
someone
kind
for
of-
everyone.
Okay.
Princess Pepperette. We all know that a grill is the best way to prepare a hot dog. How do we discourage those that wish to take the easy route by microwaving their hot dogs, and in so doing, create world peace?
Well, the problem with using microwaves rather than grills is that it really takes away the time from your community service time. And if you are using just 2 minutes a microwave versus 20 minutes on a grill, that is not time you can spend thinking about how to serve the people around you, such as how to feed the orphans, and therefore get world peace.
And when you end with the world peace, like it kept going on, and you could tell the crowd was like kind of sort of losing you. But then you ended with world peace, and they were like, "Oh!" and then immediately start applauding again.
Amazing.
Cleveland judge gives you a 5 right away. Chicago,
Fantastic.
Chuck, how are you rating this?
I'm very conflicted in this. I am, because first you said it takes away community service time. I'm like, oh, because, shit happens. Everyone has to serve a few hours of community service, but I'm not sure that's where you were going with it. And then you're feeding orphans, and that's important. They're an important part of the ecosystem for disposing of corpses.
And that's time on the judge.
Fuck,
What is your
goddamn
score,
it,
Chicago?
God damn it, it's 3.
I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. I have to do it. Dan, Tijuana judge.
She's harping on my hunger idea, so it's a 2.
A 2. All right.
She
This is a
True.
close game, y'all. This is a close game.
I'm in it to win it, Wieneretta.
Coney Island judge, Adam, what do you rate?
We'll give that a 3.
3. All right.
It was also a little too long.
Sherman.
Give those answers short and sweet, but apparently nobody else likes them that.
The German judge has his characteristic frown, but you did mention world peace, so he gives you a 3.
Amazing. I thought they hated world peace.
No, that was them back in the 40s.
Don't go there, Chuck.
Oh, God,
Don't go
okay.
there. All right. Princess
Oh, man.
Wienerette. You're coming up towards the end of the group of contestants. Princess Wienerette. In a world pushing for organic foods, how do we remind people that processed foods, and hot dogs in particular, are integral to American culture?
Herbert is in back nodding heartily.
They always say that America is the melting pot of cultures, and hot dogs are the melting pot of meats. I don't know how you could be more American than that.
The German judge frowns, but you do get an applause from the crowd. Tijuana Judge gives you a 5 right away. Coney Island, what are you
4.
rating this? 4. All right. Chicago Judge.
You know what? It was sweet and in melting pots of meat, preferably endangered. We'll go with the 4.
4. All right. Cleveland.
Really into the melting pot, so 5.
5. Excellent score. Excellent score.
We have some audience participation too.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
all right.
What did we
Dragon
do?
at rest.
Oh, yeah.
We get Dragon at Rest. Princess Wieneretta wins your vote. The German judge was going to give Princess Wieneretta a 1, but because the audience votes for Princess Wieneretta, we will bump that up to a 3.
Oh, wow.
Characteristic scout.
Judge feels uncomfortable again.
All right. The music begins playing. All the hot dogs contestants start coming out and doing the parade, getting ready for the final award ceremony. Go ahead and describe how you're walking out and your final performance here as you get a moment in the spotlight, just a brief moment before you move on. Ursula.
Ooh.
Ursula walks out on hind legs, like really trying to balance and kind of hopping along while that's happening, and then eventually like can't stay up enough and then falls over onto all fours and sort of wags a little bit and hops up and down on all fours, and then remembers, oh yeah, I'm a hot dog, and gets back up on hind legs and is trying her absolute best to stand there.
Go ahead and roll dog.
Okay. And we'll have an 8 and a 5.
And you get to that +1 to your 5.
No,
because-
it was a 4, so I made it a 5.
So take a point to your dog.
Okay.
And then the 8 is a success, though. So at first, the crowd, you stumble a little bit, and the crowd, but then you get back, and they're proud of you for getting back at it, and they applaud for you. Princess Wieneretta, your time in the heat lamp comes. You've got a moment. What are you doing?
Boy, we talked about this a whole lot. I feel like I gotta roll on to the stage, up, do a little dance, and then roll off.
Are you trying to charm or joke with this?
Probably joke.
Okay, so roll your dog.
I gotta leave some chili everywhere. Oh no, but technically hot dog, I rolled 2 4s.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. So roll a third one then. Hot dog.
Is it another 4?
The 2.
Oh, God.
All
No
right, so take 2 points
successes.
to your dog. Okay.
First hot dog of the whole night.
You start rolling on the stage, and people just are quiet. And then you hear some murmurs. What is she doing? Why is she rolling? Isn't she supposed to be gliding? She's just rolling. And they just don't seem to get what you're going after, unfortunately. They do still applaud, your moment in the heat lamp, but then it dies immediately again when you start rolling off the stage again.
I was trying to make a point. We all talked about
it. Princess Unicorn Knackwurst, your time in the heat lamp comes up. What are you doing?
I got 3 words for you. Wardrobe malfunction.
Oh my God. Amazing.
You're welcome.
Are you trying to joke with this wardrobe malfunction, or just trying to bribe the judges, although points have been tallied? Is this hot or dog?
This shit's
Whatever
hot.
is the sexy one.
Hot. Okay, so go ahead and roll 2d10 for
This
your
shit's
hot.
real hot. That's 7 and an 8.
That's 2 successes. All right. There is a
Oops,
gasp
how embarrassing.
as so many parents, ostentatious, but the
Call
judges
me.
and the crowd begin catcalling. You kind of lean into it so they know you're okay with it, and you
look at it go around.
you get applauses as you go off. Princess Pepperetta, how are you following this?
Not very well. I just walks up and says, "Be the crown, be the crown, be the crown," and she
Yes,
starts
be
thanking
the
herself.
crown.
Yeah, yes, and walks up to the stage and is using her master of disguise ability, and she walks up with looking like Frankfurter Morningside, and which confuses everybody.
Everyone's shocked.
And
What is
she?
They start
does
looking
a
at the programs.
twirl and tosses off her mop toupee and unzips the black casing and stretches out her arms, and on one side there's hot mustard and on the other there's sweet mustard, and now she has blonde hair.
Go ahead and roll your
Holy
archetype here.
shit.
Amazing. That's a 7.
7 total or 7 on 1? You get 2 dice for
7.
your archetype.
I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I should know how to play this game by now. That's an 8 on the second.
All right. That is a success. So everyone starts like looking through their pamphlets, wondering like what's going on with the program. Why is Frankfurter Morningside up? And then you reveal, and everyone, oh, and they all start applauding. They love it so much. At first, they were concerned about a wardrobe malfunction. They didn't think it'd be as fun with Frankfurter Morningside, but you reveal who it is, and they think it's fantastic. The crowd goes wild. Oh God, Chuck, why'd you do that to me?
What did I do?
Wardrobe malfunction. All right. All of the contestants are out. Princess Choriza, of course, was just nothing but grace as she glided across the stage, had the half hand wave perfectly down. The crowd loved her. And that's when it comes time to announce the winner.
No, it's winter.
Bratwurst comes out. And now for the runner-ups, we have in 4th runner-up, Princess Choriza. And she immediately begins scowling. She walks forward and she forces a smile, does her wave, and she looks back at you all and glowers. Her face just turns dark, bright red. Looks like she's been under the heat lamp way too long.
Oh, I do the Degeneration X chop. Like, suck it.
And now we have a tie for 2nd runner-up. It is Princess Ursula Wienerbecker and
With that foot,
Princess Pepperette.
With that foot.
It's such an honor to have come so far, being such a small hot dog. I'm just so happy.
And you're like kind of pushed off because you're not supposed to make a statement now, but like they have people like up here ready for this because they expect it, and they just kind of like pull you away a little bit. And now the 1st runner-up, Princess Unicorn Knackwurst,
Oh, that's bullshit.
which means our hot dog princess of the year is Princess Wieneretta.
All right. You're a pretty
Wieneretta,
princess. I'm proud of
you're
you.
brought forward. Confetti starts falling. It's really just diced onion.
I'm so happy for her. Oh my god.
They bring you up, and what they have is like basically a pool, a hot tub of hot dog water that you get in, and the runner-ups also get into this boiling water. It smells very hot doggy. It's very gross.
I thought she was a winner.
My chili's gonna get all over it.
Are we,
So-
A crown begins
supposed
to be
our
lowered
toppings off
from the
before getting
catwalk.
in the water?
No. You're in the swimsuit portion of this, anyways. But you already took yours off with
Yeah, I did. Never put it on.
a crown is being lowered by a string. Princess Wieneretta, before you get in the water, you notice that there is something strange about this water. Go ahead and roll your. We'll just have a straight D10 here.
Oh, hold on. I went all the way to the floor.
How dare.
It is a 6.
A 6, just barely a success. So-
Pretty lucky for Dan.
Hot dog water doesn't smell that good, but you get something else in here. An acidic smell.
Oh, shit.
Mm-mm.
Someone has poisoned the water, and
my
you are
gosh.
walking towards it. You're meant to get in this boiling pot of poison water right now. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, how can we ruin this? Maybe I can like poke since I probably still have my toothpicks, maybe I can like trip and poke a hole through it and have it leak out.
Spray it all over the crowd.
You got a success. We'll roll it into that. So you pull out your toothpick and you trip, and the crowd, they think that the hot dog princess, the most elegant, graceful person here, just tripped. You fall to the side, you poke a hole, and the water begins pouring out almost onto you, but you roll away as you're excellent at, you proved. The water begins to drain out. The crowd near the pot begins to like move away from this water. You feel that you have thwarted it. Bratwurst comes out. It's okay. And he reaches for the crown. He puts it on you. You are now the hot dog princess. He hands you the microphone. Princess Wieneretta, what do you have to say?
America.
And the whole crowd goes, fuck yeah!
Oh man.
But throughout the crowd, you see one of the poor horsemen of the esophagus, Black Widow, the Vienna sausage. What are you doing? You've just been crowned, but you see her there in the back. You see her scowling as you thwarted the poison plan.
Oh, I'd like to call up one of our friends from backstage. I see them out in the crowd.
Well, that is highly unusual. This isn't normally the point. You can always say hello after the show.
Oh, but they were instrumental in helping make sure we were all so successful. I'd like to bring them back so we can have a conversation with them. If somebody can go.
The Vienna sausage knows what's going on, begins to move back towards the back of the crowd. Roll your hot ability here, Wieneretta.
Oh, it's just a 4.
You get 2d10 for hot.
It's an 8.
An 8. So go ahead and take 1 damage to your hot for the failure. But it is a success overall. The crowd sees the person backing away, and they like rush forward to be like, no, it's fine. They're cheering on, thinking it's all part of the show. Security guards come up and begin like pulling her, like begrudgingly up on stage. The Vienna sausage comes up on stage, and she does like this half-hearted wave, and she glares at you. What are you doing, Wiener?
Come together and we'll lift her up and take her to the food grinder.
Just carry her off stage and
Carry
around
her off the
the window.
You start to carry her. You start to go to carry her, and she goes to push you over and run away. Go ahead and roll your Chillidog archetype. You're in a fight here.
Oh, shit.
A 9.
Nice.
first.
A 9 and a.
Amazing.
Oh, fun.
All right. So for the failure, put one on hot or dog, your choice. But you are succeeding here. She goes to push you over. Describe how you're responding to this with your success.
I imagine I just have to trip again.
You're tripping? Okay, and how are you taking her out?
With the crown.
With the crown. So
Oh, I fell. Thunk.
you somehow manage to slip forwards. Using the crown, you kind of like pop it off so it kind of looks like it fell, and it just you slam it down right into the Black Widow's face. The crowd, reporters immediately come up, start taking pictures of this dead Vienna sausage in front of you.
It's fine,
that
I'm
is
a
where we're-
doctor. It's not too late, and I'm gonna drag her off. That way we can go
roll
throw
your-
her.
I was gonna try and
Dog
crown her
ability.
the real princess of the show.
Is dog just 1 or 2? I don't know how this thing works.
2d10.
2d10. And boop. I got double 3s. Hot dog.
Dog. They're both failures though, so you gotta roll something higher with your third die.
5.
5. That's also a failure.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and put 2 points on your dog.
I don't want to. Because
Are you a corn dog?
I turn into a corn dog.
All right. So Princess Unicorn Knackwurst comes up and says, "It's okay, I'm a doctor," and immediately begins to bread up in front of
Oh,
you.
God.
The bun pulls up around and she becomes sealed as a corn dog, falls lifeless on stage.
Oh,
The
God.
crowd is still extremely nervous. This is a very normal experience in your world, and several people rush out to take Princess Unicorn over to the concession stand where she will be sold as a corn dog.
Oh, my gosh.
We
This
knew
is how
it was
we are
close to
ending.
the end of her time, but we didn't know it was this close.
We are ending Hot Dog Princess here. Thank you all for playing. I know I mangled these rules a little bit, but it's okay. It's a
It's
one-pager.
fine.
Oh
It
my
was
God.
good.
That was so
Nice,
good.
nice
It was
little
so
departure.
Oh.
Let's do some shout-outs. Chucky, this is technically your time slot. Why don't you handle the outro?
Okay, listen, I love this voice and I'm not giving it up. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Steven, for running. This was absolutely fucking delightful. I enjoyed it greatly. Let's do some closing plugs. We'll start with you, Maitreyi. What's the dealio? What do you got happening?
Hi, thank you so much for letting me play, guys. This was so great. First of all, I'm really here for Chuck's princess voice.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Wonderful.
But I make system agnostic multi-system stuff on YouTube once a week. If you want to check that out, you can. Mostly I just invite myself to games that people are too polite to say no to, like this one. Yeah, that's me.
All right, give me just a second because Dragon at Rest would like links, and I am providing one for Maitreyi's YouTube right
Oh,
here.
thank you. Thanks,
Follow
Dragon and
that.
Rest.
Don't miss it. Let's see here. Dan and I, you can find regularly over on Defenders of Kobold, because that's our fucking like place we do things at. Wednesdays we got an alien game. All via the Ishtar. Right now we're wrapping up our Space Pirate chapter. Fridays we're doing an America campaign called Mutated Teenage Monstrosity. So if you like Ninja Turtles, if you like Cadillac and dinosaurs, if you like the Toxic Avenger, you're gonna love that game. So check it out. Another thing we should say is we got a YouTube for Defenders of Kobold. And every single Tuesday and Thursday, we release a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game where Maitreyi, Steven, and myself We play goblins as John tries to wrangle us into the campaign Age of Ashes for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And it's great. Steven and I play brothers, and I am the responsible one in that game. How the
I don't know how it happened.
How?
It's because you shoved him into that role, Steven. That's how it happened.
You did this to me. All right. And finally, let's talk to Adam for... Well, no, Steven, you need to make woods too, because you've got stuff happening.
So I play a lot on Lollygaggers for the stuff that Chuck already mentioned the stuff I do for DOK. I don't know all of the Lollygaggers schedule, so I'll just mention the games I'm in. Tuesday, I'm running Forbidden Lands. That's been a lot of fun. And then Friday will be Conan, Modifius 2D20. I have been held prisoner for 2 weeks there, taken hostage by the evil Temple of Set. So I could die next session, so you should tune in and watch that. And then Saturday is the One Ring episode 50, and we are doing a ton of giveaways. We got giveaways from Norse Foundry for dice, and we've got giveaways from Free League themselves. So we're giving away copies of the core book and some PDFs and tons of digital goodies. We got tons of stuff we're giving away. So tune in for that and win some free stuff.
That's kick ass. There you go. And Adam, would you be so kind as to talk about what do we got happening with the studio?
Yeah, so we're grooming Perilous Studios' Twitch channel just when we feel like playing some other games instead of trying to make them. And you can go to our website, it's just dropped there in the chat, if you want to check out some of the games that we've made. And you can also catch news of things that are coming up when we release that information. We stream on this channel, about once a week, once every other week,
Something like
depending on what's happening. Next Saturday, we won't be streaming because we're developing for our post-apocalyptic game called Radiator. And if you want to know more about that game, you can use the website, come to our Patreon, and we release content about Radiator all the time. So you can check that out. Other than that, follow these fine people because they stream quite often, and they are absolutely hilarious. I love getting a chance to play with them. So
That's fantastic. All right. Thank you, everyone. And for our outro tonight, one last time on the count of 3, everyone's going to hot dog us out of here. So 1, 2, 3, hot dog!
Hot dog!
All right. Goodbye.